Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome everyone back to Embracing the Imperfections. Um I have an icon in the bottom of the screen. Oh, it's just something funny I'm gonna goof around with. Just use my avatar to, project there. So now there's two of us on screen. Anyway. Um Today we gotta build Sir Humphrey a home. So these are the supplies we're gonna use. Ignore the chest, that's for later in the video. We'll come back to that, but we're going to make an extension for this place off of the back side of our building right here. You can see I already dug out part of it. So this is gonna be an addition to the house. We'll try to make it work into the mold of the house as well. And if it looks terrible, we'll just live with it. So I think I've collected all the materials I need. I did mock something very, very small up in Lightmatica before. Oh, it's not pulling it out. Okay, hold on. Oh, well, one of these suddenly appeared. There we go. Now it's loaded. It was a little hard to tell because I have the brightness down a good bit on this, but basically, did that corrupt at all? Why is that? It's looking funky. Whatever. It'll sit here and it'll stretch back and it'll have some cool things in it, but I don't really want to go off of that now because I was more for getting a general idea of what I wanted it, where I wanted it to be, that kind of a thing. And creative. Yeah. So, good news, I have flashback back. Still no Voxy though. I can only see so far right now, unfortunately. We do have flashbacks, so we can use that. So we unfortunately have a smaller render distance. Unfortunate. We'll update it when we can. But without further ado, let's get to building. All right, and there it is. Let's go. I don't like the training. Oh well. Nice little habitat for our axolotl to live in. I had the design I'd come up with in creative. Ignore that banging. And as I was building, I was like, wait, I was being stupid. Let me do it this way. So one of those aspects was I made it a straight box. It would just come straight out. So this is attempting to kind of round out the edge of the house a bit. Make it look a little nice, which I think it looks kind of good. Use the cherry log for the base of the thing to still get that idea of having a trim around the base, having it all sorted out. Another thing was I was going to use mosaic bamboo for the top. You probably saw it in the chest earlier. And I was like, wait, if I'm building it as an extension of the house, I should use the same roof as the house. So we are, and I think that looks really cool. Hey, we can get rid of this rain. And so now that wraps a little bit around. Stairs are a little weird, so I did end up coming out just a little bit on that. But I like the shape of it. It goes all the way up to the top with its design. Gives the chimney a little bit more space to work around, I think, in my opinion. Looks kind of cool. And then on the interior, I made sure we had access to it through our house. So we have our bamboo door here to let us in. And then it's just kind of decorative. We have glowberries hanging. This should grow, hopefully give us some fruit so we can harvest it. Everything else is trimmed here so it doesn't continue growing. It's not there. There we go. Hid some light sources under moss. Right there and right there. Of course, these also give off a little light level, so we don't have to worry about anything spawning in here. And then clay floor, because I don't know if you've been to a cave, a lush cave before, but they have clay there. So I was like, whoa, that would make sense. So I think it's official. Oh yeah, and then dang it. And then cherry leaves for the top to get the petal effect. I think it just looks nice in general. But we did have to switch out some parts with the logs because otherwise the glowberries can't be hung from sapling or from the leaves. So we'll get that replaced eventually. But I think it is time. Sir Humphrey, welcome. Enjoy your new home. We'll get him a pal eventually. Any prospective names, drop in the comments if you want to. I know nobody decided to drop a name for him, but yeah, maybe he'll drop a name for his partner. So it looks like he's already getting along. The reason I chose the bamboo, because that was like the very first thought I had for this entire build. I mean, he's yellow, so might as well make him kind of work well in the environment. But yeah, so that's a house for Sir Humphrey. Smaller update on some other things around here. Anyway, smaller update on some of the other things around here. We do have a wheat farm with a villager rocking that out, pumping out a bunch of wheat. He's been doing that for a while. And then this bad boy. I've started a cow farm on stuff, but if we were to turn on the tips here in the corner, you can see that we're rocking about 11.8 speed with this dude, which I think the max is like 14 point something speed. But then that's not all of it. Whoops, there's a building right there. He has a pretty high jump. So like, let's take this build, for example. This is 3.5 blocks tall. That was not a proper jump. He can jump over 3.5 blocks. And look at all those villagers down there. So, this guy naturally spawned way off in that direction. And, as I was just doing stuff over there, I just started grabbing all the horses. So that dude was the fastest. He also happened to have the highest jump as well. So, and then, just a small check-in on some of these villagers. Finally, the floor's all oxidized. These guys, a baby zombie got in here one night. And so we now have Silk Touch for one. We have Mending for one. We still haven't done anything with this guy. These guys are all fine though. I only did the villagers for stuff. So I got a bunch of unlocks for my stone mason. Need to work on the weaponsmith and the armor. Level up their stuff. Then did a little bit with these guys. They're mostly here for the rotten flesh and the redstone right now. But not getting a whole bunch of rotten flesh at the moment since we don't have a farm for that. Which leads us on to our next thing that we're going to be doing. If we go to the chest, you saw these earlier, we have more chests. We need a new storage room. All right. This storage is not enough. This is kind of chocked full. This is always chocked full. This is getting chocked full. This is kind of organized. This I had to create just to store extra items. And this is chocked full. And this is chocked full. So we need a better location to store stuff. So we're not going to be making like an auto sorter or anything like that right now. But it is time indeed to make ourselves a storage room. And I think I have a kind of a cool idea for it. Because maybe eventually we'll turn it into auto sorter. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a copper golem sorter. I'm, again, not quite sure. But this area right here, I want to make like a descending walkway that you go through to get all the stuff. I think it'd be cool to make like a hole that just goes down and down. To grab everything. It would be covered, of course, so that mobs aren't getting in and ruining everything. But I like that idea quite a lot. So, first things first, we do have to clear out the area. So we will jump back to you in just a moment. And we're back. Okay. I completely started building like a base for this thing before even recording anything. So this is our hole now. A little bit bigger than originally intended it to. Originally, it was a 19 by 19 area. Now it's a 30 by 30. Um, these chests, it's about 2.5 or so, like 3 chests full of blocks that we tore out of here. So this is going to be the base level. This is going to be the ground, and then all these levels. I might have to expand it out further. I don't know. I was zero plan for it, but we're slowly going to build this out. Having all the storage out on the sides. We might only like split the sides half and half, or we'll just create this to be like an entrance or something. I don't know, but all I do know for sure is I almost died to lava. And this is going to be our map floor. So the inside the circle, we're going to have a map of the area. I already have it over here in the house, but we're going to make this entire thing our map area. And then we'll be back to building. Hi. Guess what? It's done. It is finished. Finally. Behold our storage unit. Now, I know what you might be thinking. One, those are ugly chandeliers. And you are correct. But we're going to keep them because I need lighting in here. And you may be like, well, Josh, you're not actually lighting up enough of this area. Oh, that's what you think. Because as it turns out, there's 8 locations not actually at a proper light level. Just right here. And that will change in the future. Because, as I mentioned before, I think, I'll just turn on my gamma for this. This is also going to be our map room. And our map is going to cover the entirety of this inner circle. Which also means I'm going to replace the entirety of this inner circle eventually with, I hope, frog lights? It could be something else that I'm not too picky. But that is the plan for now, at least. Cover that entire interior. So it's very cool right now because I can walk in and out of it, and I can like face through the maps, but that will not stay that way. But man, I wish I could just keep what the interior of the building looked like, but I know eventually this is going to have to be updated for the surrounding area. So we'll keep it as it is for now, but now with the storage area, I've decided to only do 1 row of barrels. But then these chests will slowly fill out. Maybe we'll put on indicators of what's inside the chests. I don't know. We'll have to see on that. So yeah, this is the storage room. We'll see how the time lapse turns out because I did record it in 4 parts. Oh, I guess I'm technically not done yet. I went ahead and just put a whole bunch of different color windows around it as well because I could. That was awful. It took me an extra hour and a half out of my day to go way off in the distance to find a desert for cactus. Holy cow, there's no deserts near me within like 4,000 blocks. It sucks. So there's that, and then the roof looks kind of cool. It's all stone, no tough, so unfortunately it won't look like that, but I think this is good. It's just the deep slate and the stone. I don't know anything about having like a gradient on anything, so we're not worried about that now. That will be in the future though. But I need to quickly finish patching up this area up here. I did get some more depth in here though with the that right there. Look at this. Look at this handsome feller. Look at him. Hey, I can control him like that. um. So it's just to make it look a little bit nicer, gives it some more shape. So yeah, that's our storage system, and I do need to probably end up just filling in this entire hole because I've almost fallen into it. And I've fallen into it once, but I've almost fallen into it multiple times. But this entire entrance is going to stay open. It's an open air area. But aside from that, yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment. Say hi to Greg for me. Hi, Greg. He makes plenty of wheat. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.